We are live.
All right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the official Quad A internship Quad A session for 2026. My name is Umar Tijani Ahmad. I'm going to be your host for the session for the period of this session. I'd like to apologize. Our initial host, Ms. Gladys, is not going to be present due to some unforeseen circumstances. So please bear with us. And I'm going to be making sure that I try my best to actually put you through to my best of capabilities. So as I said, my name is Umar Tijani Ahmad. Thank you all for your patience over the week and welcome once again to the onboarding session for the 2026 Quart A internship. Now, before we move forward, I would like to be introducing some of our special guests and our supervisors here at DSHub so that you get to know them. Some of them might here right now in the meeting with us. So let's jump right into it. I'd like to start from me. My name is Umar Tijani Ahmad. I'm the program coordinator for this period of this internship. So we'll be meeting very regularly over the course of the internship. Next, I would like to introduce Lawal Abdurrahman Adiwale. He's our product manager and is going to be a mentor for the product for the period of this session. Also, I'd like to introduce Abdurrahim Abdurrahman. He's our software engineer, senior software engineer for that matter. Ogari Chomanita, which is our product designer. Dr. Ahmed Danladi, our medical advisor, Abdusalam Umar, our junior software engineer, Faith Oga, our content creator and digital marketing strategist, and as you've already seen, Gladys Nino, which is our executive secretary here at DSHub. So, unfortunately, we'll not be seeing Gladys for today, but she will be joining in following sessions after now. And I'd like to take note, I want all of you to take note that this is not our last orientation. We're going to be having track-wise orientation in the following week. So some things might not fully be discussed here, but they will be introduced to you in the next orientation. So you'll be more familiarized with DSHub. Okay. Now, moving onward, I would like to introduce our CEO, which is supposed to be the last but not the least. He's the founder of this great organization, DSHub. He's going to be telling us, he's going to be introducing all of you to what DSHub is, its visions, its goals, and why you are here at DSHub. Why is it that we have an internship program at DSHub? So I would like to call on Mr. Muhammad Samsuddin, our CEO, to please introduce us to DSHub. Good morning, sir.
All right. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, the internship coordinator. Good morning, executive secretary. And good morning to all the people that joined this call. Please kindly confirm if you can hear me. Kindly confirm, loud and clear. Please kindly confirm if you can hear me, loud and clear. TJ.
Yeah, you're very audible, sir. Yes, you're
All
very
right.
audible,
All
sir.
right. All right. Thank you so much all for joining this session. I want to, on behalf of DSHub, I really want to congratulate you on making it this far. This is an intensive program where we are going to test your discipline. We are going to challenge your thinking, and we are going to shape the way you solve problems, especially in real world context. So I want to thank each and every one of you. I'm so impressed and I'm so excited and happy to be here all with you. And I want you to know that this is the beginning of starting your future with hope at DSHub. So without much waste of time, we are going to go straight into the slide and give you more about what DSHub is all about, the internship program, our code of conduct, and so many other interesting things. So thank you so much all for joining this call. Sorry. I mute myself over like a few minutes ago, so I'm very sorry for that. So right from the slide, you can see from the slide, your future career start with DSHub, and you are not here to watch innovation happen. What you are here is to build. You are here to build it from zero. That is what we are here to do. That is why you are here at DSHub. You DSHub have a unique structure of way of empowerment. So we are not just giving you the knowledge. You are here to practice it right from zero, getting problems from zero up to the solving real problem in the right context. So this is why we are here giving you this introduction and yes, the context of our internship model and other things. So these are my team. My name is Muhammad Adam Shamsuddin, like I mentioned. And with me, I have my executive secretary, Ninos Gladys. And also, can anyone hear me?
Yes, sir, you're very audible. We can hear you.
Okay, I'm actually reading comments that they cannot hear me. Please, can you indicate in the comment section if you can hear me loud and clear? Let me write a private message. I think we are having a problem. They cannot hear us. They cannot hear us, TJ.
No, there's a bit of delay in the stream. So before you, after you spoke in here, it takes time before it reflects on YouTube. So that period where your audio wasn't very, where you muted yourself, that was when they've been sending those comments. But I'm sure they can hear you now.
All right, good. Thank you very much. So these are my team. Like I mentioned, my name is Muhammad Adam Shamsuddin, and with me is my executive secretary, Gladys Nino, and then we have our internship coordinator, Umar Tijani. So what is DSHub? That's the question. That's the first thing that will come into your mind. What is DSHub all about? What is DSHub? So specifically, DSHub is a research and development organization. I hope all of you are with me in this. DSHub is a research and development organization. And DSHub, as a research and development organization, which is R&D, what we do here at DSHub, we build, we address critical problems in the healthcare sector. So what we do is we aim to facilitate or drive the development of intelligent solutions that address critical problems, particularly in the healthcare sector. And in order to achieve that, in order to bring our vision to life, we have to accomplish three objectives. And one is to build the talent. We have to build the talent. And the second, build the solution. Then the third, create public healthcare awareness program to push out public healthcare initiatives where we can actually inform the public, the communities to know what they are expecting, what type of solution is being built, what we are working on, and how it's going to make impact in the society, how it's going to make an impact on the population. So we have three key objectives. One is to build the talent. Second, to build the solution. And the third one, to create public healthcare awareness. Those are our three objectives. Yes, and we have a community of over 2,000 people who benefit, who DSHub impacted one way or the other. We have started this journey right from 2024 up to this stage, and what we focus on, quality delivery, and that's what we have been focusing on since 2024 up to date. And we have mentors. Our mentors are growing. Yes, our mentors are growing. We have about 23 mentors, and more are coming to join this internship program, where we can offer more best mentorship sessions for what? The interns. Because one thing about DSHub is not just about technical, right, delivery. What we focus more on we have ethics as well. We care so much about ethics, code of conduct, and other aspect that usually is required and expected in the competitive job market. So this is what we are trying to build. We want to build the next generation. We want to build talent for the next generation of digital innovation individuals, most especially the youth. Yes. So yes, we have 12 divisions at DSHub. You can clearly see we have 12 divisions, and that work with each other across teams, groups. But our core divisions are 12 divisions. We have the legal department division. We have the content and digital marketing. We have the intelligence division, which our software development department is under it, and we have cybersecurity division, and we have product management division, and other divisions as well that you are going to learn more about it later in the presentation. And we remember I mentioned that we have 3 objectives. And these objectives that we apply it on 3 projects. We have 3 key projects at DSHub. The first project we have at DSHub is LiveGate by DSHub. Most of you might probably come across LiveGate by DSHub. LiveGate at DSHub is a digital healthcare assistant, an AI-powered digital healthcare assistant that help doctors and also patients that help doctors to work much faster, especially in the business working environment like ICU. And on the other part, LiveGate by DSHub also offer track sessions for patients who wants to check their possible early medical conditions. That's what we are working on with LiveGate by DSHub. And we have been doing amazing right from the start of the project. We have worked with so many other MDAs, government MDAs. We have worked with some partner organizations to just bring our vision to life. And we have been making significant achievements in terms of that. And the second project is empowerment. And this internship is all about empowerment. And why do we have empowerment? So empowerment, we want to support the federal government initiative in training, because the federal government initiative aims to train over 3 million of youths through MTT program. So what we are doing here at DSHub is to train them to be able to secure job opportunities in the competitive job market, because finishing N3 MTT really, for so many people, finishing 3 MTT is not a straight path to working in a competitive job market. There are so many other aspects that you need to learn. That's why we are here connecting you with mentors, giving you 24-hour supervision. You can interact with supervisors, learn how you work in the real world environment where there is a lot of competition there. This is what we offer. So our internship program is not for beginners. It's actually for people with knowledge and a little bit of experience. But if you are a beginner also and you can be able to catch up, this is something that you can also follow along the line, because we have so many series of options that you can actually benefit from. Yes, so that's the second, what I said is the empowerment program. That's our second project, and we have been doing amazing. Started back in 2025, and we are here. We have graduated over 3 cohorts, and this is the first cohort of 2026. So I want to let you know, guys, this is a time for you to prepare and know that you are diving into something very, very important, something that is very key to building your future, starting building your future with hope, especially this year. And the third one is the third project is healthcare awareness. We have been pushing out healthcare awareness. This is why the reason why we are pushing healthcare awareness is because you cannot build a solution, build a talent without educating people, right? In our communities, and yes, so that's why we are targeting communities. Whatever we are working on, we are educating the communities, giving public giving healthcare awareness for people to what know the kind of technology and also the model of the training that we offer and how they can be able to what make use of all the solutions that we work with because our target is to what target local population, those that have difficulties interacting with today's technology, right? So, and when a technology cannot be understood, it means it is useless. It's completely useless. You have to understand the technology before you can be able to use it, before it can make impact on you. So this is why we are very much concerned on the solution we build so that we can be able to target the right people and the right people can be able to use the tech. So that's why we have three projects, right? LiveGate by DSHub, which is the AI-powered solution. And we have the second is the empowerment program, which is the internship program we are using to build the talents that will build the future of healthcare. Right? And then we have the third is to public healthcare awareness program, where we publish disseminate healthcare initiative for the local population and in our target market. And we have a workforce. Like I said, we started this back in 2024, so we have a quite small workforce, but we are really doing amazing in terms of the structure we offered in all our programs. In all our programs, we have a way of micromanagement. So we do micromanagement in way to ensure that our interns or anyone who is benefiting from DSHub one way or the other, whether from is an employee, whether it's an intern or volunteer, will actually make huge will actually benefit a lot from DSHub, because our target is not just to give you the knowledge. Like I said in the past, we care about you. We care about your future. That's why I said your success starts with DSHub. There is no way we succeed without you leaving you behind. So we all care about each other here at DSHub, and you'll be able to learn the culture we have here at DSHub. Speaking of culture at DSHub, our culture is built on three things as well. Our culture is built on three things. And number one, the culture we built on DSHub is curiosity, discipline, and collaboration. These are the three key culture at DSHub. Curiosity, discipline, and collaboration. Whatever project or anything you're going to involve here at DSHub will require these three things at DSHub. And this innovation culture I mentioned, curiosity, discipline, and collaboration, is backed by our ethical framework. And speaking of ethical framework, our ethical framework is a framework that focus on the code of conduct of DSHub, which you are also going to learn about it. But our ethical framework is honesty, fairness, concern for the environment, and respect for the workforce. We expect the employees, the intern, our stakeholders, shareholders, or anyone who benefits with DSHub one way or the other, anyone who engage with DSHub one way or the other, we expect that person to have this ethical framework of honesty, discipline, collaboration, fairness, respect for and the workforce altogether. So this is the ethical framework that bind us together here at DSHub, and we do not take that. We take that serious in all the work we do here at DSHub. Yes. So our vision here at DSHub is to build an ecosystem where intelligent solutions can address real challenges. Our focus in healthcare, real challenges in healthcare. So because we believe that at DSHub, there is no way you can build a solution, right, without looking at the impact it's going to make, right? So you should understand that technology should not exist in isolation. So that's why we want to enhance collaboration among our team members. So this is very, very important at DSHub. And the innovation culture is always built on curiosity, discipline, and collaboration. And during this internship, you're going to learn more from the internship coordinator. What I'm going to do here is go straight to the code of conduct that you are expecting to know about. And so something like a DSHub professionalism is non-negotiable. Like I mentioned, I gave you an example of our ethical framework. So you have to be very professional regardless of your track. And also we expect you to conduct yourself with respect, integrity, responsibility. Yes, that's very important. And communication skill is also very important. It's very, very important. So whether you are interacting with mentors, team members, or anyone who is engaging with DSHub one way or the other, you need to really, really present yourself with respectful, way of engaging with them. So that's what we really want to give you to be able to expect what is coming, because we have a way of dealing with things during the internship program. So we want you to be aware of so many things, so that if something happens, you won't be you won't say that you have not been informed or you don't know about it. So it's very important. Our code of conduct, ethics, accountability, we take it very, very serious. Speaking of accountability, you have to be accountable with anything you work on, any department at DSHub you work under. As an intern, any track you belong to, accountability is very, very important. We do weekly accountability. So whatever project work you work on, you have to defend it. You have to defend it. You have to show us. You have to be responsible and accountable for that work. Because, like I said, this is an organization, right? Where we give you real world experience, right? So whatever you do, whatever kind of work you do, you have to be responsible and accountable for that work. Because anything that any issue that come up later, you should be able to address it and be accountable for it. I am sure you are going to learn more about that, and it will be very, very interesting for all of you how you will be attending hot seat session where you will defend your work, and we take it very, very serious. It comes with a high point where we grade interns based on their code of conduct, ethics, and accountability. So it's very, very important. We have been working with a number of partners, both in the software development aspect and also in our empowerment program, and as well as the healthcare initiative we have been pushing out. And we have worked with a number of organizations in the last year, and we are looking at growing more partners so that we can be able to reach more people. Yes. And then the impact, of course, we have impacted about more than 2,000 people in all the three objectives that we have set to achieve here at DSHub. In just a year, we have impacted so many people, up to 2,000 people impacted, and we are looking at improving this significantly this year. And we have started this internship. If you look at the numbers here of this internship, cohort A, you know that, yes, we are really pushing hard because of all the structure, the foundation we have, which is not done by only a few people, because of all the partners, because of all the interns that cooperate with us to give, especially the last year cohort, to give you an empowerment program that will actually change your lives. Yes. And the number of our alumni is 100 plus. Yes, we have over 100 people who are currently an alumni of DSHub, and we have so many benefits for the alumni. And I'm sure the internship coordinator is going to give you more about the benefit that comes with being an alumni of DSHub. Yes. Moving on to slide 6, we have moving off to slide 6. I think that's the end of my slide. But what I want to say here is that I'm going to give you a last takeaway. You can take it with you. Here at DSHub, seriously, communication is very, very important. It's very, very important. I want you to know that at DSHub, you are allowed to use any AI tool to do your work. No one will prevent you from using AI, because this is a time where use of AI is everywhere. So we do not prevent you from using AI. Okay, you can use AI, but you should understand that there is accountability. Prepare to defend your work. That's where you get most of your points. Yes, that's where you get most of your point. Prepare to be accountable, responsible for the work you do. Prepare to defend your work, defend your position. You are allowed. This is a research and development organization. If you are sure of your facts and you can prevent evidences, right? Proofs, defend your position. We are here to all learn. We are learning from each other. That's why I said this is a research and development organization. Our employees, interns, go through serious, rigorous method of what? Research methodologies in all the weekly projects that we offers. So you need to expect that. So that's why we say you are free to what? Research. You are free to use any AI tool to facilitate your work, but you should understand that there is accountability. You have to defend your work. We have weekly hot seats. We have two sessions where you defend your work. We have cold seats, which is within tracks. Then we have hot seat, which is an executive hot seat session where you meet the organization representatives, right, executives, to what give you constructive feedback that will actually help you. So this is very, very important. This is very, very important. And I want you to take this program seriously, very, very seriously. You need to show up consistently. You need to respect your mentors. Respect is non-negotiable at DSHub. You have to respect your mentors along with your colleagues, track members. You need to, is very, very important. And I want you to understand that I want you to push yourself beyond what you think you are capable of doing. You know, you need to think outside the box. You need to step out of your comfort zone because it's the only way to progress in life. If you want to stay within your comfort zone, I'm sorry, but you are not going to really, really progress because everything you know will be within that framework. Within that framework you set yourself in, you have to step out of your comfort zone. Is the only way you can be able to achieve more. And you need to respect yourself, respect everybody. Be accountable. Be accountable. We don't really, we take this very serious at DSO because the only way you can be able to know that, yeah, you are progressing, should be able to defend what you do. We really don't mind what methodology you use to solve a problem. As long as it's acceptable by DSO and you know what you're doing, you can defend your work. That's what we want at DSO. In fact, you can even offer a new technique that will actually benefit us all. It's all about impact, but impact in a way that is very, very positive, not recycling knowledge. Okay? So this is all I have to say. I want to congratulate each and every one of you. Definitely, you are going to be meeting me more often as the internship starts from 23rd of March in a few weeks. And from 23rd of March, you are going to have a 9 weeks journey, 9 weeks marathon of DSHub Internship Program. And I'm sure at the end of this internship program, you are going to thank me. If you look at the previous interns, you can definitely understand that, yes, this is a program that care about your success, care about your future. We want to create bright future for everybody. So thank you very much all. And I'll handle this I'll allow the internship coordinator to take over from me. Thank you very much all. And I really appreciate.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Please, can we appreciate our CEO? Thank you very much for that insightful, for that great insight into what DSHub is and what is expected of the interns. That's very nice. Please, let's appreciate him. Let's appreciate him. I'm not seeing enough here. Are we all active? I need more. Let's appreciate him. Thank you very much. I think some of you can't see the slide, right? Is that peculiar to one person or that is everybody? Can I have your comments? I see some people are saying they can't see the slide. Can you see the slide and am I audible? Please indicate by commenting. Okay.
Yes, you are audible.
Most people can't see the slide, I think. Is it a network issue or? I'm also in this session.
What we are going to do, we are going to share the slide where everybody can have access to.
Okay, I think some people can see the slide, some people can't. That's a problem. I think that's a network problem. Yeah, that's a network problem because I'm also here on the YouTube, and I can see the slide from my side, and some people can't. So please try refreshing the page if you can't see the slide. Try refreshing the page. So thank you very much, our CEO. Thank you for that great insight into what DSHub is. He has said a lot of things, and all of them are very true, very very true. And you come to realize that when working with when you're deep into the internship, because the way our code of conduct in DSHub reflects all around, so you get to see it there in the internship too. So I'm going to be telling you what our internship program is all about, giving you some of the track records, what we achieved so far, and hopefully after this you understand what is going to be expected of you and what you have actually come into. So okay, I hope my slide are still visible. I'm going to be presenting right now. Okay. I'm hearing some people saying they can't see, some people can see. What's going on? I want to ensure that everybody can see before I move forward. Okay, it's now visible, right? Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. So the internship program, what do you expect? What are we to expect in this internship program? What is it? Most of you have actually heard about the internship program from other people that have actually taken it. Some of you haven't heard about it before. You probably saw it on LinkedIn, or you saw it on other people's status, and you thought, okay, maybe let me join this, let me see what it's about. But you've never really asked or understood what it is. And some of you do. Some of you know what to expect. Some people actually took the internship program last year and they are here once again in different tracks or in the same tracks if they unfortunately got withdrawn. So DSHub is a 9-week intensive program designed to gain hands-on industrial experience and skill enhancements. For these cohorts, unlike other cohorts, you have 9 tracks. Other cohorts had 4 tracks. In fact, cohort A, which was the first cohort last year, had only 3 tracks. So we've been increasing the number of tracks due to demand. So the more people demand for new tracks, the more we add to our tracks. And we've gotten high demands for the new tracks, which are cybersecurity, animation, and what have you. So that's why it has been added for this cohort, and we are expecting a lot from them. And for this year, we have 722 interns, which is very good, and we have 34 subgroups. I'm quite excited to get started with this internship actually myself, because we've never had this number of people, this high number of people. So I want to see what's going to be the outcome of it. So what are you to expect? What are the program objectives here at DSHub? Our objective is to deliver structured, high quality projects. Yeah, that's expected of you. Your projects have to be high quality. We don't stand for low quality projects here at DSHub, and you will come to know that. Handle feedback professionally. You are going to be giving feedback in every meeting you do, hot seat meeting, of course, which is going to be broadcasted live. But I'm going to be coming to that soon. Also, we are supposed to work in teams under deadlines. Yes, our deadlines are very, very strict here at DSHub, and we expect you to respect them. So present work confidently. Yeah, you're going to be presenting every week, as I said. So you are expected to be presenting very confidently. These are opportunity for you to put yourself out there. And also to build a strong portfolio. At week 5, you'll be expected to put out all your projects on LinkedIn and any social media that you have. So we want you to structure it in a way that it really attracts investors or people willing to hire. I hope I'm still audible, please. Can I get your reactions? Are some people still facing problem?
You're audible.
Okay. That's very good. Then let's move forward. So who is this internship for? Yes, as the CEO has already mentioned, this internship is mostly for people that have initial experience, people that already have prior tech knowledge in their chosen fields. But it still welcomes serious beginners. The word serious there is very much emphasized because you can't survive at DSO if you are not a serious beginner. If you are a beginner, you need to be a very serious beginner to survive here. It's going to be very intensive, and you're going to be given a very strict deadline. So you need to work around it. Also, it's for people with a growth mindset and early career professionals. If you want to develop yourself more in your career, maybe one of the tracks resonates with the career you are currently on, and you want to develop yourself more. And individuals ready for accountability. Of course, we've already emphasized on accountability at DSHub. Now I'm going to giving you a brief overview of the last cohort so that you get to know what to expect better. In the last cohort, as I said, we only had 4 tracks. We had the data science track, we had the content team, we had the AI and machine team, and we had the graphics and UI and UX team. Now, for week 1 to 2, which is one of the most intensive weeks at DSHub, but the first weeks, the first 2 to 4 weeks are the weeks that we have the most number of withdrawals. Yes, we do have withdrawals at DSHub. You can be here at DSHub, and if you are going to be a ghost member or you're going to be very inactive, we are going to withdraw you by the end of the week. Yes, and we are not afraid to withdraw anybody. So please be very active. So for the data science team, for week 1 to 2, they worked on health error analysis and research conducted on audio inclusion. Yes, many people were very surprised at the first week. They thought that they would just come and be working with text or numerical data, and we gave them audio for their first week. So it was very surprising. The content team, they curated storytelling narrative for medical errors and strategy design for village med brand repositioning. Very good work from the content team. I really like their work last cohort. AI and machine learning team, they built a village med symptom tracker and developed a CNN for restoring medical notes. And I like to remind you that this is the first 2 weeks we are talking about here, and you're already working in things like this. The graphics and the UI UX team, they worked on farmer error reporting, user flow, and redesigning village med logo. There was already a logo, so they redesigned it in a better format. Moving on to week 3 and 4, the data science team. This week 3 and 4 is where the legal aspect came into play. We have the data science team working on NDPA compliance audit and EDA visual and cluster plot for snake bite analysis. We had the content team working on Otondo brand trust recovery. That was after a disaster that actually went on, and that's actually part of the case study. For every week, you actually be given a case study to work on. So your the way you structure your project should align with your case study, should resonate with your case study. So for the AI machine learning team, they created a 3D organ generation system and developed the Venom Guard predictive model. Very good and very effective. The graphics and the UI UX team, they designed the recovery strategy and a 3-part infographic in simple language and anti-venom access gap in Nigeria. They did a very good work. So at week 5, which is our week for publicity, everybody was tasked with uploading, with sending all of their progress so far at DSHub to their LinkedIn pages, basically putting yourself out there for people to see that you've actually been working, you've actually been active. This is who you are, this is what you can do. So it was a very good week for most of the interns because having gone through 4 intensive weeks, week 5 felt like a relief. And it felt like, so for some people that already used to LinkedIn, they already had LinkedIn accounts, they already regular at posting. It was a very easy task for them. All they need to do was to curate their text, put it into play, and get their data straight. And for those that were actually new to LinkedIn and other social media platforms, it was a bit difficult. A bit, I said a bit, not very difficult. Because some people actually they have the talent, but they don't know how to put themselves out there. And in fact, the one thing is they're not willing. So week 5 pushed them to that limit. They were able to actually put themselves out there, and some of them I'm very surprised. I'm very proud. They were actually able to continue even after the internship, and they liked it. They liked it a lot. Some of them have actually gotten better opportunities after doing this. So you'll be expected to do this also at week 5. At week 6 and 7, the data science team worked on data cleaning, collection, and integration of Nigeria's medical supply delivery network. A very good work from the data team, actually. I was very impressed. The content team worked on the Otondo Bootcamp campaign, which they did online using social DSHub's platform. I don't know if some of you have actually interacted with the Otondo team platform. You would see most of the campaign that they did last year. The AI and machine learning team, they built medical logistic routes, optimized with delivery time, prediction, and risk mapping. The AI team were very effective last cohort, and I hope they'll be very effective this cohort as well. The graphics and the UI UX team, they translated insight into clear slide decks and organized reusable design flows. Very good work from the graphics team. And for week 8, everybody just focused on graduation. They did flyers, collected data, made surveys, designed and redesigned, made posts, made it public that yes, we are finally finishing up our internship. It was a very good week for everyone. Everybody was so excited, and the graduation ceremony was a very big success. And most of them, wish they could relive the moment. So that's that about our about how the last cohort went. It was a very successful cohort. I would like to tell you more about the previous cohort as well, but due to time factor, we can't actually go into that. But they followed similar pattern. The internship at DSHub follows similar pattern. Week 1 to 4, it's very intensive. Week 5, we have the LinkedIn. Week 6 to 7, also quite a little bit intensive. Week 8 to 9, we are focusing on your last project. For week cohort A, they had just their graduation as their last project. But for other cohorts, they had a separate project, not just graduation. They might have given a project to actually work on, and DSHub will actually utilize that project. Everybody will get to see it in effect. So I I hope I'm still audible. Can I get your reactions, please? I want to make sure I'm taking everybody along. Can I get some
You are
reactions
audible.
from my team? Okay. Thank you very much, everyone. Um, and these are some testimonies from our interns of last cohort. Most of them are actually our team reps. And as you know, or if you don't already know, we're actually going to assign team rep for each track. So you have to have a representative that will help in coordinating your activities. And this is where the representative for the last track. We had Faith Oga, which is now an employee here at DSHub. We have Adesoji. We had Benjamin. We had Abdul Salam, which is also an employee here at DSHub. So these are some of their testimonies from the last cohort. Now we are going to something that everybody would have really been waiting to hear, which is the scheduling of activities. We are going to go more in depth into the scheduling of activities at DSHub in your track-wise orientation, but for now I'm just going to give a brief on it. Now this is a short timetable that you can see right here, giving you some of the things that you'd be expecting to do, some of the way the patterns that are expected to follow at DSHub. Now I want you to know that this is actually a draft. I'm sorry if I'm not audible. Can you try refreshing the page? I think I'm audible to some people. So try refreshing the page also. Maybe it's network issue. And if you have any questions, I'm going to be answering them at the end of the presentation, please. So I'll just look into them, or you can wait when we read the any other business, then you can send in your questions. So for the scheduling of activities, as you can see, from Monday, which is the day that we send out our task, at DSHub, Mondays are the day that you get fresh new task for the week. So be on your feet on that day, because immediately it lands, we expect you to start acting on it. So at Mondays, we have the kickoff. That's when we'll send your task for the week. Then you're expected to use this time interval in the mornings, of course, to go through your task, try to understand it, and start planning, individual planning. Then the next thing is your group review. On that same Monday, you're expected to actually meet with your group members. Now, we made mention that there are some people here at DSHub. That are quite experienced. They already have prior knowledge in their chosen track, and there are others which are actually learners. They are just here to actually learn and also gain experience. Now, this group review is your chance to actually meet those people that have that prior knowledge and get directions. It's good to make your own research, but research is much faster if you actually have directions from people that know what they're about to go into. So they can direct you, okay, look on this, look on that, do this, do that, and it makes your research much more easier and faster for you. So this group review is very, very important for you. And some of the things are actually some of the tasks you're working on, you need to work on it as a team. So you need to discuss about how you go about it. And also for those that are already experienced, you already know what you are doing, you already know how to undertake the task on your own. It's also a chance for you to meet other people. Maybe there are some new tools that you don't know about, there are some new styles that you can go about it, but you don't know everything. So you get to meet people and you get to know their own approach and maybe apply it if it's much more easier for you. Also, we have the office hours. Now, if you take notes, if you look at the scheduling very well, you see that the office hours appears multiple times in the week. Now, it doesn't mean that each time it appears, you actually have to have an office hour. And what's an office hour? It's simply the time you need to book a session with your mentor. That is what an office hour is. So you're going to book a session with your mentor. A link is going to be provided, a Calendly link. So you choose a mentor that you want to book a session with. Yeah, your mentors are going to be introduced to you in the track-wise orientation. So you get to know them and you get to book a session with them. So there are multiple mentors. So depending on your task that week, There are some mentors that are going to be helping you with maybe time management, legal issues, and all of that. So depending on your task that week, you will know the type of the mentor that you need to book a session with. But we actually advise you book a session with all mentors because you don't know the input that they might give you. You might be thinking you will not get anything from this particular mentor, but you'll be surprised what you actually get from them. So we advise that you book a session with as many mentors as you can, as long as they are consigning the assignment, or even if they are not consigning. But for mentors, like if you are in the graphics team and is a mentor on content creation, I think you don't need to book a session with that mentor. It's not very necessary. But for other mentors, you actually need to book a session with them. So as I said, for the office hours, you don't need to use all the office hour sessions. Just pick one, two, three, depending on the number of mentors you need, and actually book a session with them and attend. And for the office hours, you can't actually book it individually. You can actually book it individually, but due to time and the large number of interns we have this in this cohort, it's going to be very stressful. It's going to be very stressful for the mentors themselves. And at the end of the day, at the end of the week, you might not actually get to meet that mentor because there's going to be high demands. So I advise you to actually book an office hour as a group. So you'd book a session as a group, you meet your mentor as a group, not individually. Then lastly, on that Monday, this group review. That's maybe after your meeting in the daytime, you went back and did a little research, you come back and you present your findings to your teammates. So I like to also mention that you can actually edit some of these things. It's a very flexible environment. You can choose that, okay, no, we are not going to have any group review on Monday, we are going to be doing a group review on Tuesday. That is entirely your decision. You can choose that, okay, we are not going to have any office hours from Monday to Tuesday, we're going to start on Wednesday. That is again entirely your decision to make. But we are expecting you to always have book an office hour. It's compulsory for you to book an office hour, and you have to meet with your supervisor, with your mentor. It's we don't appreciate it when people book office hours and they don't actually meet with their mentors. So you can see Tuesday we have group review and office hour also. It follows all the same pattern all the way to Friday. So you can, within all these group review and office hours, you can choose any period of time and you can actually fix for your own group. That's okay. It's your own choice. So it's a very flexible environment. So you can go ahead and do as you like. So for Friday now, that's when we have a bit of a difference. We have the cold seat session. Now, what is the essence of the cold seat session? The cold seat session is a chance for you all to come and present what you've done over the week. You are going to be booking a meeting with only your group. Very important. Unlike the hot seat session where everybody will present, the cold seat session, you are only going to be booking with your own group members and your supervisor present. Your mentors will not be present, just your supervisor and your group members. Now, each and every member of the group is going to be given 1 minute to present. You're supposed to present what you've done over the week and what you've learned. So you're going to be given 1 minute, not more than 1 minute, and you're expected to present within that time frame. Now, also aside from updates, the cold seat is also a chance for you to select who is going to be presenting on the hot seat. You get to know why we call it the hot seat for a reason. So yeah, it's an opportunity to pick your best presenter of the cold seat meeting, and that person is going to represent your team in the hot seat meeting. Now everybody's given 1 minute, so you have to rush through, be as good as you can. In DSHub, we do not play with presentations. In fact, presentations carry a lot of the marks you are going to be doing. And in DSHub, you cannot present without a slide. It's very compulsory. You have to have a well-detailed, structured slide to present with, and well-designed as well. You can't come with a plain slide that you want to present. No, you have to come with a present slide, detailed and designed slide, and present with that. Those people that don't design a slide, your presentation is not going to be considered. I'm sorry. So you need to have a slide, you need to present within that 1 minute, and from there, your own team members and your supervisor would your supervisor will actually encourage you, but would not have the final say. It's left to the team to choose that, okay, this is the person we want to represent us in the hot seat session. Now, the person that you choose to represent you in the hot seat session has the responsibility to put your team out there to present as well as they can, because in your hot seat session, your presentation is going to be awarded 12 points, which is the highest points that you have so far. For your assignments carry 6 points. Your group discussions, which your supervisor is going to be monitoring in the group, it carries 3 points. Your cold seat session, attendance and presentation in the cold seat sessions carries 3 points. So if you are not present, you lose 3 points. And in the hot seat session, it carries 12 points. Only one person is going to be presenting. Whatever point is allocated to that one person is going to be allocated to the whole team. So it's very important that you choose very carefully who you want to represent you in the hosting session. Now, what is the hosting session exactly? The hosting session is where you get to meet with DSHub executives like the CEO, me, myself, the supervisors from other teams, mentors, and some invited guests. And it is going to be broadcasted live in our channel. So you are going to be expected to present what you've done over the week, what you've learned, how it relates to your case study. You're going to be in a draft of how you should structure your work. So you have to structure it in that manner. And it's just a draft. You can add more than expected, but do not put less than expected. So you are going to be given a time frame, more than 1 minute, of course, to actually present on that week. And the hosting session lasts for two days. So it lasts for Saturday, Sunday, due to the high number of people and the number of tracks we have. Um, we are going to be presenting for 2 days. So some of you'll be told the day you are going to present prior to that day. So you know that, okay, I'm going to present it on Tuesday, but we encourage that you come for the 2 days because you might get to see some corrections made on Saturday and you implement it in your own work on Sunday. So in the hosting session, as I said, you're going to be allocated some time to actually present, and you're going to present your update of the week, how far you've gone, what you've learned, what your team have done, your collaborations, any legal issues, tools that you've used, and all of that. And you're going to be doing that live. So it's going to be in our session. It's going to be in our channel, sorry, and we're going to be having some investors out there looking at what you've done, and it's your chance to actually put yourself out there and show them that yes, I can do this. This is who I am outspoken and all of that. And from there, who knows, some of you can actually get opportunities, you can actually get employed, you can actually get investment and all of that. That's the essence of the hosting session. And you're going to be getting reviews based on what you've done. You're going to be getting feedback, and you're expected to implement this feedback before you actually submit your task for the week. Feedbacks are very important. They help you to show you the blind spot within all you've done, tell you the way you need to correct, where you need to adjust, and all of that. So it's very important you implement that feedback. And another thing with feedback is that once you get feedback this week, it's very important that you implement that feedback and not repeat the same mistake in the hosting session of the next week. It's going to be a very big mistake for you to actually get a feedback on a mistake that you've done in 1 week and still repeat that mistake next week. In the first week, it might not be taken it might be taken a bit lightly. You just give you a light feedback. But if you repeat the same thing in the next week, we are not going to take it lightly. So it's very important you pay attention to the feedback, and all your team members are present in that meeting. Even though it's one person that is presenting, all your team members should be present. Now, some of you might be thinking, okay, we can just rely on the team lead, which is acceptable. You can choose that for all your hosting session, you let the team lead actually present. We have no objection to that, but DSHub is a place for you to improve. You cannot be an introvert in DSHub. We don't encourage that. And in the job market today, you find that it's those people that are outspoken, that can put themselves out there, that can go and find the opportunity and not wait for the opportunity to come to them, that actually get it. You find that in an office, some people are more skilled than others, but those are actually getting promoted, those are actually getting the opportunities, are those that are spoken, that are able to sell themselves, put themselves out there and say, I can do this, I am this. So that is what we expect here. This is a chance for you to be opportunistic. Yes, we want you to be opportunistic, we want you to be egoistic, we want you to chase the opportunity. So at the courses session, you should be struggling to make sure that you are the one that is going to present in the next session. You don't know who is going to be coming as an investor. You don't know who is going to be there in the hosting session. You don't know who is going to be observing you. So you need to make sure that you are there. People see you, that yes, this is who you are, this is what you can do. So you need to really give your best in the hosting session so that you get selected to present in the hosting session. Forget that, okay, 12 marks of your whole team is weighing on you. Try your best. Put yourself out there. You make mistake, you get corrections, you come back again and you make more mistake and you get corrections, and that is how you develop yourself. So please don't strive to be an introvert at DSHub and just be a very passive member. Put yourself out there, sell yourself, be very, very active. This is your chance. This is an environment for you to grow. This is an environment for you to grow. So you need to grow. You need to do that. You can't grow by being silent. No, you can't just pass through DSHub by just submitting your task every week and expect that, okay, that is enough. But task submission, as I told you, is only 6 marks. We have group discussion, we have courses session, we have hosting session with 12 marks. So that task alone is not enough to help you survive at DSHub. So that's all about what we expect. And okay, yeah. Last but not the least, on Sunday, we actually expect you to submit your task. So after the hosting session, the drive link is going to be provided, which is going to be used throughout the internship. That is where you are expected to submit your task of the week. Every Sundays, our deadline is 11:59 p.m. Once you exceed that deadline, the drive will be closed and you can no longer submit your task. You have to submit it maybe in the next week, and that will lead to a reduction of marks. So, and at DSO, we expect that if you face any issues, you should speak up. That is why we have a team lead and we have a supervisor. Speak up early. Immediately you are facing an issue. If you are not going to be present for the courses session, let me say for an example, maybe for some reason you're on transit and you know that it's not going to be convenient for you to present on that session, you can join in, but you cannot present, or you are facing some medical issues and you will not be present and all of that. Speak up early. It's one thing with all tracks that I've noticed that all cohorts I've noticed that some people, they don't speak up early, and for that they tend to lose marks or even be withdrawn. So please, you are facing an issue, you are facing a blocker or something, speak up early. Talk to your supervisor, talk to your team lead, talk to your team members. Tell them that this is what you're experiencing and this is how it might um, affect your participation or your engagement of the week. So based depending on how urgent or how serious your excuse is, we might actually be very much considerate. In fact, we are very much considerate, especially when it comes to health issues. So we might actually consider you for that week and work around it. So please speak up very early. And the next thing is I'm talking to you about our DSO packages. Now, if some of you on the registration, I don't know whether you've noticed that we actually have different packages. We have the normal package, we have the premium package. And you were asked whether you could pay for certificates. Some of you said yes, some of you said no. For those of you that said yes, you've actually applied for the premium package. So that's if you said yes and actually paid. So you are currently on the premium package. For those of you that selected no, you are on the normal package, and this is what you expect from the normal package. You have your free mentorship, you have your group review sessions, you have your cross-team collaborations, you have your letter of recommendation. So we do offer letter of recommendation if you actually took the internship, even though you didn't pay for premium package, you would actually get letter of recommendation as long as you finished the internship from week 1 to week 2 with no issues. You finished it, and that is good. You actually get a letter of recommendation for anywhere you want to go. You have your cross-team collaborations. You get to collaborate with other team, work with them, learn from the experience and all of that. You have your group review sessions where, like, that's the hot seat and the cold seat session where you get to have meetings, present, and get feedback. And you have your free mentorship. Every week you can book your mentorship. Is free. That's for the normal track. For the premium track now, you get to have everything the normal track has and more. So the certificate of completion at the end of the internship is a lifetime mentorship. So you can always book a session with your mentors and all of that. Get feedback from them. Maybe you end up in an area that aligns with where your mentor is. You can say, okay, I'm actually part of DSHub. Let me meet with my mentor. He was very experienced in this field, and you get to meet with them and discuss and all of that. As long as the mentor is still part of DSHub at that period of time, we have assigned supervisor. Now, every track is actually going to have a supervisor. Sorry, I hope I'm still audible. I forgot to confirm. Can I get a reaction from all of you if I'm still audible? Can you hear me?
Yes, you are audible.
Okay. Thank you. Please, can I get your reactions too, everyone? I very much appreciate that. Thank you very much. Thank you. Well done. Now, as I was saying, every track is actually going to be assigned a supervisor. Now, the way you relate to that supervisor, it was determined which, your package determines how you relate with your supervisor. If you're on the normal package, your supervisor is basically there to give you clarification and direction, basically, and guidance. So they will guide you, they will give you clarification on your task and all of that, your deadlines, and that's what they are there for. But if they are on the premium package now, you get all of that with reviews. Now your supervisor will get to go through your work. They give you reviews. They tell you where you have errors in your work, where you can improve based on their experience. Because we have experienced supervisors, and we assign them to the track where they are experienced. So they give you from their own experience. They'll tell you, okay, this is where I feel you need correction and all of that. Getting these reviews is very important because it helps you to improve. It helps you to know that, okay, this is actually what I am missing. This is what I can add, and this is how I can better myself. So the review is very important. And for an internship that is very, very intense like DSHub, from week 1, you actually need reviews. You need it a lot. So for those of you that they're actually on the premium package, congratulations. The internship is going to be a lot more easier for you, but it's still going to be intense. So expect that. So also, we have access to our alumni network. So after the internship, you'll still be part of our alumni network where you get access to opportunities, any available opportunities at DSHub or any other companies or organizations that are affiliated with DSHub, you get access to it and you get a recommendation from DSHub. Then you have executive office hours, which is separate from the normal office hours that you actually get from the normal package. And we have DSHub AI Assistant. So we have an AI assistant for guidance too. It helps you on any questions you need about DSHub, about your task, structure, and all of that. So only those in the premium package will actually have access to DSHub AI Assistant. And we have the career building and job opportunity. That is after the internship program has ended. So it's actually a 9 weeks program, but you notice in our flyer you might have seen 3 months. So after the 9 weeks, the remaining time you're actually going to be doing career building. So only those on the premium package have access to that session. So this is that about our normal package and our premium package. So I hope most of you actually see the importance of the premium package and actually consider it. Yes, it's very important and it will take you far. The normal package too is very good. It's very good, and the normal package, that's also all good. And for those of you that are still thinking, it's not compulsory for you to actually pay. You can go through the internship completely free. But if you want all of these outlisted items under the premium package, you actually have to pay for it. Road to week 9. So this is actually all you'll be doing from week 1 to week 9. We have your week 1, it's welcome to DSHub. Week 2, repositioning. Week 3, and this was actually what happened in the last cohort, but you'll be following similar patterns. Might not be similar projects, might not be the same project, but it follow a similar pattern. So at week 3, we have the Otondo team feasts, where we have all of this. I don't want to take time to read through all of them because I'm actually running out of time. I've extended the allocated time, so I'm just going to talk about the headlines. We have the project goal response, project core response. We have the mid-break, that's the LinkedIn project. It's called a mid-break because it's a time for you to actually relax. As I said, from week 1 to week 4, it's going to be very intense, especially for those of you that are working and actually in school. It's going to be very intense. From last school, some people actually considered dropping out, but due to from encouragement from their fellow teammates and all of that, they were still able to pull through. And we understand that it's intense, but you cannot grow in an environment where you are very comfortable. So it's intentional. The intensity is intentional. The stress is intentional. So at least in week 5, you get to relax a bit and just make your post on LinkedIn and work on that and get to rest and catch up on your breath and continue from week 6, obviously. That's week 6, building hope, the bootcamp. This actually happened in last cohort, the Otondo bootcamp. That's what they worked on for week 6 and 7, but the headline, that's building hope, is actually going to be similar for you, but might not be the same projects. Then for week 8 and 9, we had the graduation package. That's what they worked on in the last cohort. But for you, we are going to have a final project that you are going to work on for week 8 and 9. It's going to be a week 2 weeks project. You'll notice from after week 6, after week 5, actually, week 6, 7, 8, 9, you are working on the project for 2 weeks, no longer 1 week. But you are going to be having the hosting session every week, regardless. So the future we are building. This brings me to the end of my presentation. And if you still have some things you are not clear on regarding your track and all of that, we are going to have it, as I said, a track-wise orientation later on. So you are going to be reorientated about all the things you need to know in case there are further questions. But for now, this is a brief overview of how everything is going to go, and this is a general overview of how everything is going to go regarding the internship. So we are expecting a lot from you guys. I expect to see different faces, different types of people from different places. So, and I expect to work very well together because there's nothing, it's very hard to work as a team. It's something that we realized, and I've realized personally. Working alone is one thing, but working with a team, it's if your team is very efficient, it boosts your rate of success high. It makes your rate of success very high. But if you are working with a team that is not very efficient, then you are going to be facing a lot of issues, and it's not easy for someone to actually work in a team. For those of you that work with teams, you find that working with people from diverse areas is not very easy, and that's what we want you to work on to experience right now in the internship. So as I said, this brings me to the end of my presentation. I hope you've been enlightened about what DSHub is, what is expected, and the general structure of the internship. And as I said, my name is Umar Tijani Ahmad. I'm going to be your program coordinator, your internship coordinator for the period of this cohort A internship. You can always contact me regarding any issues you have, but of course, it's a chain of command. You have your team rep, you have your supervisor, and before you have your assistant coordinator before you get to me. So all of which is going to be introduced to you by this time next week, or before this time next week actually, and that's in your track-wise orientation. So I think this brings us to the last part of our. This brings us to the last part of our last part of our internship, which is the any other questions, any other business. So if you have any other question regarding DSHub, okay, yeah, I've seen a question here. The normal package is free, please. The normal package is free. You don't need to pay anything. And most of you that register without paying, you're already on the normal package. The premium package, most people that are on the premium package have actually already paid. And if you want to still apply for the premium package right now, it's going to be the link is going to be made available. You can go through it, pay for it, and it's at any period of time you want to pay for it, you can pay for it from now to week. And week 2, we're actually going to remind you about it, but you can start paying right now for the premium package. So let me see any other questions so far. You can send in your questions right now. We'll be listening. Hopefully we'll be able to provide answers for that. Do we have any other questions? Oh, I finished presenting. I didn't see any reactions. What's going on? You didn't like my presentation? Nobody sent any reactions. It's making me very sad.
I think they are very busy following the slide. Well done, the coordinator.
Okay, thank you
So
very much,
if
sir.
yeah, go on.
Okay, so please send in your questions. I'm seeing a question that the normal package and the premium package will be in the same group or different. Yeah, they are going to be in the same group, but the level of attention is different. So you have your supervisor is going to be aware of those people that are actually under the premium package. They are the one that actually get private reviews, and people on the normal package are going to be on the premium package are going to be giving access to the AI assistant. All of you will be working together. Don't worry, you'll all be working. There are some things that are general to all of you, so that's what all of you will be working on. But those that are on the premium have this little or very not even little, very big advantages. So you find that most of them might be even more efficient than those in normal package because of all these things that they actually have. So you are going to be all in the same group. You've already been given your group ID. In fact, most of you are already in your groups. So everybody, normal package, premium package, you're all in the same group. Okay, someone said I should explain the timetable. Okay, as I said, okay, I'm going back to the timetable. I'm going to just re-explain it briefly. You see there are some keywords here, and we have our key here. All these KO, GR, OH, those are just abbreviations. Now, KO stands for kickoff. That is on Monday where your assignment where your assignment will be assigned. And as I said, at DSO will be assigned. We send your assignments on Monday mornings, latest 12 on a Monday. Your assignment is already sent to you, but we try to make it as early as possible with the increase in number of tracks. We are going to try to make sure that we're able to accommodate everything. So we'll make sure that you get your assignment on a Monday morning so you can be very active and start working on it. Then we have your group review. As I mentioned, this proposed. You can actually, it's very flexible. You can change it. The only things you can't change is the cool seat and the hot seat sessions. You cannot change that. The times are fixed. But every other thing, you can change the time depending on what your group members want. So we have the kickoff. On Monday, we have the group review where you meet with your group members. The group review, I'm talking about Monday here. Take note, I'm talking about Monday here because everything on Monday applies all the way to Friday. So I'm talking about Monday right now. And after the kickoff, we have the group review by 2 p.m. As I said, you can change the time. This group review is where you meet with your fellow teammates, so you can change the timing. Maybe people are not free by 2, maybe they are more free at 8 o'clock. Good and fine. Change the time. Is your team, so you can choose what you want to do or when you want to meet. Then we have the office hour where you get to book a session with your mentors. Everybody has access to mentor. As I said, but it's better you book a mentor as a group, because if everybody book a session with your mentor individually, they will not have enough time to respond to all of you. We have about 700 people in this internship, so no normal human being will be able to attend to 700 people at the same within a week. Even if you are attending from morning till evening, it's not going to be possible. So it's better you book as a team, curate, put your questions together, and direct them to the mentors. And I need to inform you that the mentors are not there for you to ask them about your task. You will not meet a mentor and say, okay, in our task, I noticed that in this part, we are supposed to do this. So how am I going to do that? No, that is not a question for the mentor. They are supposed to basically guide you on general issues and also on your case study. Your mentors work very well with your case study. So that's where you can actually talk to them about. And for example, our product, we have a product mentor, which I introduced earlier, Mr. Abdurrahman Lawal. He has been our product mentor from cohort A of last year to cohort C. So he gives them mentorship on time management, scheduling, all of that, and how to actually arrange your slide, how to put and make your presentation and all of that. And it was very helpful to a lot of them. Some of them have all the tips they've gotten, they've actually still implemented it even after the internship. And you see, for us, anybody that has been in DSHub, follow them on LinkedIn and you see what they are doing. So as I said, after this, whatever happens on Monday applies continuously till Friday. As you can see, we still have on Tuesday, we have the group review, office hour. It's just for you that, it's just to show you that you can choose from this time where you want to have all of this. And we encourage you to meet with your team members very regularly. Update yourselves. Okay, this is what I've done, this is what I've not done. How do you do this part and all of that? Yeah, put together so that you can work together. While your task, you are submitting them individually. You are expected to submit your tasks and work on your tasks individually, but you can meet with your team members, get tips, get advice, and all of that, and even help those that are struggling too. So that's why you are together with a team, and you learn new things from when you're together with the team. You learn how to do new things, you learn new resources, you get new resources, you get access to different platforms that you might not have known initially. So that's why it's very important. And now, as I said, on Friday we have the cool seats where you get to give a presentation, a 1 minute presentation on your update of the week. And you have 1 minute, as I said, so you need to make it very fast and very detailed. And you tell your team, you meet only with your team members, you don't meet with other teams. Your team members and your supervisor will be present for your co-seat meeting. Everybody has to present on the co-seat. Everybody in that group has to present. Failure to present means you lose your 3 marks. So 3 points actually. So if you don't present, even if you're absent, you're present and you don't present, you have lost your 3 points. So everybody have to present, and from the presentation on your course seat, that's where you get to select who is going to represent you in the hot seat. So in the hot seat, you have the officials from DSHub, all the supervisors from all the teams, the mentors, the CEO and management, invited guests, and it's going to be broadcasted live. So you are going to be, whoever is selected in the course seat to represent a team is going to be presenting in the hot seat. So you'll be given a structure for how you should arrange your slide, you'll be given allocated time and all of that. The course is for everybody, whether you're on premium package or you are on normal package. Everybody is expected to participate in the course. So everybody will present. Same question on it. Let me just check that question again. Okay, let me go back to the timetable. Yeah, the course seat is for everybody. Everybody will present, whether you're on premium package. We are talking about the things that do not matter, whether that your the package you're on does not concern. You see your mentorship, everybody gets mentorship. You see your course seat, everybody has to participate. Your horse seat, everybody has to participate. You understand? It's for everybody. It doesn't matter whether you're on premium or you're not on premium. So everybody has the opportunity to participate. And also access to supervisor for guidance and clarification is for everybody. Access to the group is for everybody. Access to task is for everybody. So the only things I outlined out there for the only things I outlined here is these are the only things that separate the normal package from the premium package. Everything that is here. So as I said, in the course, it's your chance to put yourself out there. Make sure that yes, people see you that you can actually do this. You are confident, you are brave, you are very much you are bold. And they need to see that, employers need to see that. That is what they're actually hiring right now. They don't hire someone that only knows how to do the task but cannot present it. You can't put it forward, you can't show what you've done. If you do something and you cannot show what you've done, it's as good as not even doing it in the first place. So it's your chance to show that you're going to be, it's really going to be very competitive. Everybody might want to present. So you need to make sure that your own presentation stands out from every other person's presentation. And you get to vote as a team that, okay, this is the best presentation, presenter of this courses, and this is the person we want to present us in the hot seat. You fail to pick someone that can represent you very effectively in the hot seat. Whatever marks is allocated to that person is going to be allocated to you. So it's very important for you to take your time and carefully choose who is going to represent you. And if you feel like you're going to be in the best position to represent the team, prove it in the post session and you'll be given the opportunity. And as I said, DSO would not tell you who they want to present. That is entirely your choice in the course session to choose that, okay, this is who we want. We don't have any objection to that. Our own is when we come to the hosting session, we are going to scrutinize your presentation. We are going to see what you are doing, your presentation styling and all of that. And that is our turn to actually give you reviews. That is when we actually speak. When the course sits, most of the officials of DSO will not even be there. You only have you and your supervisor, so it's free. You do it at your own pace, but due to scheduling people's schedules, I expect that everybody should it should be done very effectively. It's left to you to plan how you want to do it, but it has to be on a Friday and done by the team, and has to be hosted every week. So next is the hosting session, as I said, that you have officials, invited guests, and all of that there, and you have to present live. It's going to be in the platform, and when you're presenting live, your camera has to be on. If I'm an investor and I'm looking at your presentation, I cannot see your face. I don't know who is presenting. What if it's an AI that's presenting? How do I know? I need to see your face. I need to see you presenting. I need to see how good you are, how you talk. I need to there are some things I take note of when I am looking at who is presenting. I need to see that. So your camera has to be on. And I advise you to present with a system. Presenting with a phone, it's not going to be, it's not going to work. It's not going to be very good. You can't I'm talking based on experience, but it's not going to be very effective. It's not going to be very efficient presenting with a phone. People have done it quite all right, but it wasn't very good. So please, even though you don't have a system, you can borrow a system. Probably going to be just how many minutes of presentation? Highest you have 10 minutes to present. After you've presented, you can go back to your phone and watch other people's presentation. That is okay. But present with a system. Your camera has to be on. Dress very well. Look very good, very neat. Find a very good environment. Your network should be good. You understand? So all of these things factor in. You need to take note of that. And present very well. Your slides should be top notch. Follow your slide. Make sure that there are no mistakes in your slide. Although from the first 2 weeks, obviously you have a lot of mistake and you get corrections. But in the following weeks, you're expected to, from after 2 weeks, you're not expected to be having mistakes in your slide anymore. You understand? And you're not expected to be doing some kind of errors in your presentation. So please, it's a very important session, very, very important, and 12 marks is allocated to it. That's to show the importance of the hot seat. You understand? So it's very important, and it's very important you be very punctual. When your team is called upon, please be there. Please be there. In fact, if possible, ready 2 3 people to present on that day. In case one person is facing issue, immediately the next person can just take over. So you don't have any issues in your presentation. So I hope I've answered the schedule of activities for that person that asked. I hope I've covered all the areas you want to know about. So I'm seeing another question. Can we still pay for the premium package after the completion, after the whole internship? Yes, you can actually pay for the premium after the whole internship. You get your certificates, get access to your lifetime mentorship, you get access to any other thing that has to come after the internship. Of course, you can't get access to supervisor. The internship has already ended. That's why we encourage people to pay now while you can get the most from it. You also get your alumni network, you also get access to it. Executive office hours, that is during the internship. Once the internship is over, that would actually be over. And anything that actually happened during the internship, if you pay for the premium after the internship, you might not have access to that, but there are many of them that you have access to even after the internship. Is a certificate attached? A certificate is attached to only the premium package, not the normal package. Are we to present a slide for the course seat? Yes, all presentations in DSHub, you have to present a slide. Our presentations, you can't present in DSHub without a slide, as I made mention of. You have to have a slide. So for the mentors, are we going to select, or is it will it be automatically selected for us? We will present you with a number of mentors. So depending on your task, as I said, you choose that, okay, this is a mentor that can best influence our rate of success. In fact, we advise you to book sessions with as many mentors as you can, as far as they will affect you positively. But the ones that you know that they will directly affect your rate of success, that is why you should first book a session with. Then afterwards, you can book a session with the others that might just help you in a general basis. Is it possible to change trade? I think you mean track. If you want to change track, there's a duration of time within which you can actually change. I think within this first 1 week or so. That is before we actually send the first task. But immediately we send the first task, you cannot change track anymore. It has been finalized. So how do we know those on multimedia and the if you've actually been allocated a track, so you have to meet up with your members. You'll be given a link to actually join in the group. If you're in the community, you can actually even see all the groups there. So you join in, just look for the group and actually join in, and you see your other members there. And I wanted to. This actually brought up a question in my head. I wanted to. But immediately I forgot the question. But let's move on. Let's move on. How do we know we are also not? How do we know you are also not AI because your camera isn't on, though? Actually, my camera is on right now. The reason why you can't see me is because of the presentation that is being done right now. I've actually emphasized on that. It's because the CEO's camera is on, my camera is on, and I'm presenting at the same time. So the platform right now doesn't allow for that. If you want to see me, I actually have to stop presenting. So from the beginning of the orientation, my camera was on, everybody could see me. I think it was when the presentation actually started, the slide was displayed, and that issue actually started. But if you want to see me, you see me a lot in the hot seat. You see me a lot in your group and all of that. We'll interact. So don't worry, I am not an AI. In fact, I doubt an AI can be this can be this fluent the way I am right now. No, not this fluent, but can actually talk the way I'm talking right now. Well, that's a good question. That's a very funny question too. This person answer my questions. Let me see. What are your questions? Can you resend? You said no certificate. Is certificate attached? I already mentioned that certificate is really attached for the premium members. For the normal package, there's no certificate attached. So I think I do not see your name. I think it's Ikioma Ichenna. I think. Sorry if your question wasn't answered on time. That's actually the answer to your question. Um, could losing a good percentage of marks affect your chance of getting certificates slash recommendation letter? Now, if you're on the normal package, there are two things. There's a cutoff mark. If you take the internship and your total number of points is not up to the cutoff, in fact, we don't, even though you're in a normal package, we will not graduate you as an intern. Now, it's very hard for you to actually reach that point because if you are not participating well, you actually be withdrawn before you even reach the end of the internship. And for you to reach the end of the internship, it means you've actually participating well. So it's very hard for you to actually reach that point where you actually finish the internship, but your mark did not reach. For that, maybe probably the last 2 weeks you just vanished. That's probably what might affect you. So yes, it's possible, but it's very unlikely. For the premium package, if you did not reach the cutoff, now if you did not reach the cutoff, you would be refunded because you're not going to be graduating with us. And as I said, it's very hard for you because if you are not participating well, you will be withdrawn from week one. Withdrawals won't start. You understand? Those people that will join in and they will not do the task in week one, they are just silent. They don't do anything. They will be withdrawn from week one. So as you're going over the week, you can't start from week one and you're heading to week 9 after all that stress and you just ruin everything. It's very hard for us. I don't think I've seen anybody doing that in the previous cohort, so it's going to be very difficult. So if you're in the premium package and you're not ready to cut off, you actually be refunded your money, but you will not graduate with us and you will not get any of the benefits at the end of the day. Is there a minimum amount of points for graduation? Yes, there actually is a minimum amount of points for graduation. And the thing with the premium package is you only get access to, you only get to see your points if you're in the premium package. Yes, you only get to see your points if you're in the premium package. But it's a leaderboard update every week. So in every week, the best performing teams, all the teams are actually going to be in the leaderboard, and the team with the highest marks is going to be given the first position, and the second highest continuously like that. So it's going to be a competition between the tracks. You understand? So the tracks with the highest graduate well. And for the previous cohorts, the tracks that had the highest points, some of them got free certificates, some of them got opportunity, some of them got different things. It's going to be very competitive. You need to make sure that you are carrying your team along and you're making sure your track is at the top. It comes with some benefits, which you would get to know after the internship. I don't want to speak very much on that, but there is a benefit, and it's going to be posted every week. The leaderboard is going to be posted every week for you to see which track has the highest points. How do I know my group? From the beginning, you already chose a track. So when you are being sent the link to the community, to the WhatsApp community, from there you can just see all the groups there and you can join. And you even send your group ID and your group name, I think. So from there you can just select the group and join it. It's going to be open. It's open for everybody that wants to join. But you cannot join multiple groups. If you're in graphics track now, you can't choose that. Okay, I'll be in the graphics track and I'll also join the animation. You only registered for one, so you are only allowed to join one. Track and groups, are they the same thing? So okay, the track is the chosen course that you choose: graphics design, cybersecurity, animation, content creation. Those are the tracks, and they are very specific. We only have one track, but within a track, due to the high number, we have some groups within a track. So we do not tell you that okay, this group, people in group this, open this group for yourselves. You are left on your own to choose that okay, I and my group members want to open a subgroup where only us within our own group members can communicate. But you see that track group, it is very important for everybody to be in that track group. Everybody has to be in that track group, and it's in that track group that we monitor your progress. That is where your supervisor is. That is where your coordinator is. That's where your CEO is, because your CEO can be checking in every once in a while to see how well the internship is and who is participating very well. And he does take notice of everything that's going on. And um, on the previous cohort, he does allocate some benefits, special prizes to some people that he find that have been very active. So it's in that track group. In that track group, make sure they are very active. But in the sub team, maybe you are in A1, team A1, you can just go ahead. Will not tell you that open a group for your own, open a WhatsApp group for your own subgroup and all of that. It's left to you. You want to open that, and you can open that group and communicate with your members. The reason why we have that is because you have a large number of people. So sometimes if you come to the track, there's a lot of messages that you would see. It's very hard for you to actually navigate. But if you have a subgroup with smaller number of people, so it's easier for you to know those people and even communicate more effectively with those people in those smaller group than when you have a larger group of people. But after communication in that small group, expect that you reflect it in the track group so that your supervisor can see that you're actually doing something. See, we need to see that you are doing something. You need to show yourself. You can't be working in the shadows and expect that would give you points on what we don't know you are doing. You understand? So we need to see you communicating, we need to see you engaging and all of that. So it's very important. So once you're in the track group, just navigate, just communicate with your. You can just ask a question: Who are in my group? I'm in group this. Who are my group members? Okay, let's open up a group and communicate and all of that. So you can go ahead to do that. It's a very flexible environment, and we are not very strict on that. The only things we are strict on, we will tell you from the beginning that this is what we are strict on. Like having to be being part of the track group. You have to be part of the track group. You have to engage. You have to be in the school session. You have to be in the hosting session. You have to submit your task on time. All of that. These are the things we are very strict with. But the way you navigate in your own group is left to you and your team members to choose how you want to communicate and all of that. But we give you ethics. You need to follow our ethics, please. There are people of different professions here, different age, all of that. So you need to be very respectful. How do we assess our group? Okay, I've already answered that. What's your consideration for those in rural areas where network isn't always reliable? At times, the network can completely go off. So this has always been an issue with not just DSHub, but the whole country at large. Many people have network issues. Even the officials too have network issues sometimes. There are sometimes that you just be presenting, the network will just go blank. It is not your fault. It is something that has to do with, let me say, the country you are in and the network provider. So we do have considerations for some of those people. Like if you are presenting now and your network suddenly goes off, that is why I say you need to have more than one person there to present. So if the other person's network is good, they just carry over from where you stopped and they continue. Your marks will still be allocated. We will not blame you for the network going off. You understand? We understand that. But if you are presenting and the quality of your presentation is not good, maybe the place you are in, the network is not very good and you did not make provision for a better network and you keep presenting in that manner, it affects the score you would get, obviously. And also, if you know you are in a place where sometimes you don't have network, you only get access to your task, you do your task, endeavor to, whenever you get a network, communicate in the group, make sure you do the necessary things. The necessary things, make sure you get them done. Then most probably you might not be able to present for the whole duration of the internship. You might never get a chance to present in a hosting session or all of that. That one will be understandable. But the hosting session, you would probably still lose marks. So you have to work on that. You have to actually do some work from your own part to see that you try to get a good network. Um, this is, I think this is directed to the CEO. Your address to to your address to your organization for accountability, the mode of communication, WhatsApp, Zoom, YouTube. Yeah, okay, now let me talk on the mode of communication. The For the horses and courses sessions, for the hosting sessions, that most likely, we are going to tell you that okay, either we are going to be using Google Meet or we're going to be using Zoom. We're going to notify you on the means, but for the previous cohort, make sure that we use a session, we use a platform that everybody can actually easily get access to. Like in the previous cohorts, we used Google Meet because Google Meet does not take a lot of your data. Everybody can easily join, even though you don't have to download the app. You can join online and all of that as compared to Zoom. Zoom takes a bit of your data. Your data quality is not very good. You face issues and all of that. And not everybody were using very good phones as of that time. DSHub hadn't gone too advanced that would require you to always have a system. But now we do. We encourage you to have a system for this. It's going to make your work very efficient. So we were using Google Meet before, but we might consider other platforms now because the world is evolving, and we expect that most of you here, especially those that are working, you can't say you've gone through all your work experience and you've never encountered Google Zoom or Slack or all of those channels that are for communication within team, cross team communication. Many of us have encountered, even though it's just a session we attended, public speaking and all of that. You see that you either use Zoom, Google Meet, or Slack, or different other channels. So you've had access to some of these channels initially. And our WhatsApp is our main means of communication here at DSHub. We use WhatsApp because it's easy for us. Everybody's on WhatsApp. Almost all Nigerians are on WhatsApp. So it's a channel that we don't, it will not be an inconvenience to many people. So we choose WhatsApp. So everybody's accountable. You're accountable for yourself and in to an extent your team as well, because you are functioning as a team. So anything that has to do with regards to team, if it should affect one member, it affects all of them. Like the hosting session, for example, if one of the teammates that's supposed to present did not present or did not present very well, it affects all your team. But in your task, submitting your task, what your other teammates submitted does not affect your own. That is your task or your engagement in the group. If one of your teammates is not engaging very well in the group, you engaging, it doesn't mean that it will benefit your other teammates or it will not benefit your other teammates in terms of points. You understand? So how do we meet our group members? I think I've already answered this. How can I know my group member? I've answered this too. Please, if you're in the track group, if you're in the community, just locate your track. Okay, you know what? After this, within the week, I'm going to repost the link to each group again, each track group, so you know that this is your track group. Within that track group, you can just tell your members that I am a part of group this. Let us make a group. We don't want to always have to be responsible for all the things you do. It will make everything so strict. That is why we are giving you this flexibility. Go ahead and do as you like with this. You understand? You are given your group ID. Use your group ID to locate your group members and create a group for yourself. Communicate. And I made mention of why we make those subgroups, because we have a large number of people within each track group. Communications can be, even for me, that is going to be going through your communication. I'm already pitying myself because there's going to be a lot of messages every day, and I have to go through all of those messages. So for you that is going to be working on a task and you are going to be seeing 100 plus messages every single day, it's going to be very difficult navigating through. You miss some information. That's why we have subgroups, so that you can communicate more efficiently through them. So you can just go ahead and locate your subgroup then in your track group. Can we join cohort B after this on another track? Of course, you can join the next cohort. There are people from the last cohort that are in this cohort too, so you can join the next cohort. In fact, if you want to join the same track again, good and fine, as far as you pass through the screening process. So hope we will be taught before doing this presentation. Presentations, as I mentioned from the beginning of the sorry, it was a little, the question was a bit funny. It reminded me of something that happened last time. That's why. So last time, actually, let me tell you the story. Last time, some people came to the internship. They thought it was a training program. So before week one, when they got the task, they were like, okay, they were waiting for the supervisors to organize a session and teach them how to do the task. But the notice that the week was going forward and nobody is being taught, but they are asking for updates. Supervisors are asking for updates and they are giving clarification on anything you don't understand, but they are not teaching you how to do it. So some of them did not speak up till the week was almost over, and they said, oh, they thought that they would be taught most of these things. And that's when they realized that it is not a training program, it is an internship. You are expected to come and work on real life projects and gain experience and also learn in the process. It's basically almost like teaching yourself, but with the aid from other people. So you will not be taught how to present per se, but you'll be given review that will help you better your presentation. You'll be given you'll be given a template on how you draft your presentation. And most of you here are already used to presenting with PowerPoint and all of that. So you probably know how you want to present already. So based on your first week, one presentation is usually very bad. That's the thing. So don't blame yourself, it's very bad, but it's usually very bad. But after week one, from the reviews you get, you know that okay, from week two, my presentation should have this, and this, even though we've given the templates, but there are some things that might be overlooked. So from week two, it should be better. After week two, in fact, week three or down to the end, your presentation would be far much better. And whoever is presenting has the obligation to share his presentation slide with the team members so that everybody can review and make corrections before you go to the hot seat, please. So it's very important. So can we separately pay for certificates? Oh, you want to pay for certificate on its own? No, it actually comes as a package. So it comes as a full package. So you want to pay for it, to pay for everything. Sorry. Do you have access to view this after the session? Yes, it is being recorded and it's going to be uploaded, so you can actually view it after the session. Do you have access to this video? Yeah, that's the same question. I've answered it. How do I get to know my group? I think this is the same person that asked initially. The link that has been sent to you on your, please, it's very important, be checking your Gmail. So before you when you got accepted, you've been sent a link, the WhatsApp group. So when you join the community, actually the WhatsApp community, when you join the community, within the community you can see different tracks. Actually, some of them have been renamed, like the content team. You join content creation, you see the content team, graphics king. That's actually the graphics and UI UX. So it's joined to the graphics king and all of that. So I will send the link to the community once again, just for those that still need clarification. I will tell you that if you are in this track, this is your group and all of that. So you get to join in. So don't worry about that anymore. Please, how much for premium package? The price of premium package has been sent. I think is premium package is 30k. So it's 30,000 naira. Sorry for that English. It is 30,000 naira. So you can if you want to pay, you can either contact your supervisor, coordinator, and I think a link was also made for payment from your registration. So that's it. And so how would we present ours with a slide and also show ourselves? When presenting with a slide, if your camera is on, it to show. Let's just like the way our CEO was presenting, although he made the full screen, so it actually did not show. But if we are talking about Google Meet, I think your face would show because your icon will be there. If you notice when you're sharing your screen, your icon usually shows. So that instead of your icon, your face will be showing at that point. So it's actually possible. And we've not concluded on Google Meet yet, but if it's Zoom, it still shows. So yeah. I think I've answered most of these questions already. Any new questions? Let me see. Is presentation by track or by group? Presentations are by track, please. Presentation are by track. So in the course session, all the groups, everybody is presenting. You're not presenting as a group in the course session. You are presenting individually, and you pick one member, not one group, one member to represent you. So that whatever that one member gets affects the whole track. Now, let me use the whole track. It affects the whole track. You understand? So you're not presenting as a group, but you are presenting your track, not your group. So the WhatsApp groups are not. Yeah, I already said I would attend to that. I would tell you which group is which and send the link to the community once again. Is the training starting tomorrow, 3rd? Or okay? I think that has been answered. The internship kickoff is on 23rd of March. The management will provide instruction. Okay, yeah, we'll provide instruction regarding that on WhatsApp. I think I've answered this. Can we pay for certificate separately? I think I've answered that too. Okay, this one too is product drillers a track. Yes, it's a track. It's a track. I think most of these responses here are from the management itself. I checked the group in the community and there is no group for multimedia and animation. There's actually a group there. Don't worry, I will send it to the community. The link to the community.
Sorry. Yes, sorry.
Okay.
I've answered most of the questions in the comments. You can just proceed. Yes.
Okay. So if you have any more questions you actually want to ask, the community is open to you. You can actually send in your questions in the community. We have a number of admins there that will attend to you. But please, if a question have already been asked, it actually takes time to re-answer a question that you've been asked. So just check through and see whether your question has been asked initially before you re-ask it. It's very important because most of the admins are very, very busy. So sometimes they might not be able to, they might not respond to a question that you've already given answer to initially. So please check through and make sure that your question had initially been asked and answered before you re-ask it again. So this brings us to the end of this orientation. I hope all of you have had a very nice time. I know I have had a nice time personally. Meeting these different diverse number of people and all of that is very fun, and I hope the internship is going to be very fun too. I can see I love the vibe that's coming from everybody. It's very nice, very nice, and I hope that everybody is going to be ready to work because it's going to be very intense. I don't want to discourage you. I want to prepare you, so it's good to be very prepared for this internship. And as I made mention, we are not only grading you based on your task. In fact, task, as I said, carry 6 marks. There's still 3 marks from group discussion, 3 marks from cool seats, 12 marks from hot seats. So in a particular week, let me just give you a small advice. In a particular week, if you don't get to finish your task and the deadline reaches, please submit what you've done. Like that, please. Don't say that you've not finished, so you will not submit. If the deadline reach, just submit what you've done. It's better than not submitting at all. Because the assignment carry 3 marks, maybe you probably lose 2 to 3 marks, 1 to 2 marks at the end of the day. You get 1 mark, or you can even get a half mark, or your mark can be in points like 0.5 or so, 0.3. But when you add it up with the 3 marks you get from your discussion, the 3 marks you get from your cool seats, the 12 marks you get from your hot seats, it's something. So the task alone doesn't mean that you not doesn't take all the points. So there are other ways you can actually get points in DSHub. So it's very important, and your communication matters. If you are facing an issue, please, early communication. Early communication, very important. I'm emphasizing on it, early communication, because we can only act on it if we know early. So please, early communication. And there are some excuses that we permit, and there are some that we do not permit. Like if you tell me that, okay, sorry, I was very tired, that's why I couldn't do my task. I was very exhausted. So I worked from morning till night and I did this and did that. That is not an excuse that we can permit. But if it's that you are very sick and you are unable to move, you are permitted, you are admitted and all of that, we can actually permit that excuse. But doesn't mean that you would abuse it, please. Let's be very responsible when it comes to all of these things. Me personally, I take everybody responsible. I assume all of us here are very responsible when it comes to all of that. So I know that nobody's going to play a prank on me and say I was very sick and do that over and over again and abuse the opportunity that has been given. So I hope it doesn't happen though, but it's a possibility. So please. And also, I need you to know that this is a moment in your life that you really need to focus on. Most people that do not take DSHub seriously, they end up being withdrawn. It's very difficult for someone that end up being withdrawn to come back. You need to know that. It's just like someone that was withdrawn from the university to come back to the same department again. You find that it's very difficult. Most people that are withdrawn either go to another school or they don't even go to school again. That's just a similar scenario. So please avoid it as much as you can. Don't get withdrawn. You may, especially if you get withdrawn in week 4 or 5, you've already done a lot and you just get withdrawn. It's very painful. It's a very painful experience. So please do not get withdrawn. Wow, someone is asking, is there provision for data? If it was going to be provision for data, I would have actually used that money to just pay for a certificate instead so that it will be free. So also and aside from getting withdrawn, please do not have conflict with your team members. As I said, it's very difficult to work with people. So please try your best. Try your best to do so. Try your best to collaborate. Sometimes you're collaborating across teams. And it's important, please be active. Whenever message drop, even if you are not responding to other chats, maybe your wife sent you a message or your other responsibility send message. That of DSO, please respond to it. It is very important. Most of the times it's an important update, especially when you see it coming from the coordinator, your team rep, or your supervisor. It is very important. Please respond to it as immediately as possible. And what is my last advice? Now, this is a pivot moment. Please be opportunistic. At any opportunity you see, if they are looking for a volunteer, if they are looking for someone to present, if they are looking for someone to do a small job, please take it. It's an opportunity to show yourself. You don't know where it might lead to. Some people that did extra work. Aside the team rep, you don't leave everything for the team rep. There are some people in the last cohort that they got even free certificate and even employment because of how they helped out in their team. If there's a need for something, they quickly pick the role and do it. And that's really reflected a lot on who they are. So please, any opportunity that comes, please pick it. Don't be an introvert in your group. Don't be someone that is passive. Be sourcing for that opportunity. Don't even wait for it to come. Source for it. Try to be the team rep in your team. It might be a little bit of work in addition to the task, but there's a lot of advantages coming with it. Be the team rep. Go for it. Even though you have not done it before, try doing it now. It's an opportunity for you to grow. So please don't let any chance pass by in this internship. Please try to manage your time. Time management is very important. Try to manage your time. It's a short week. It's just 5 to 6 days. So it's very short. So please try to manage your time. Most people I know, one structure I know most people apply is that once they get the task in the morning, they do a little bit of research, make their plan. In the evening, they implement it. You understand? So for morning, they just take maybe 30 minutes, go through the task, study the case study, make a plan, make a little research. Then they start working in the evening when they have time. That's what I notice with most people. But you can make your, when you have time in the daytime, anytime you feel like you can work, but please, no day has to pass you by that you don't do something, you don't achieve a lot. Make a timetable for yourself, draft a plan and make it possible. It is up to you. This is a, yeah, it's a very flexible environment, let me tell you, but there are always some, there are some areas where we emphasize on a lot. So you can flexibly, and see, last cohorts we didn't permit the use of AI. Last three cohorts they were not permitted to use AI, but this cohort you are permitted to use AI because we are living in a world where AI is changing a lot of things. Even here at DSHub, AI has changed a lot of things. And I don't know whether you've heard about that. I don't know, is it that company or that agency that hired 20,000 people and fired them immediately? About, of course, they give them some wages and all of that for a few weeks and all of that, and fire them and replace them with AI. Imagine, these are people that were highly skilled and they were still replaced with AI. Talk less of some of us that are not very skilled. Sorry, and some of us that do not want, are not even located in an area of opportunity. So we need to utilize the availability of AI to the maximum. That is why we encourage you to even use the AI this time. Use it, but we are not saying you should abuse it. Please, if you are using AI, make sure you know what you are using it for. You know the task itself. You know everything about it. You understand? So if I'm asked you about the task after you AI, don't say, "Oh, it's AI that did it." Or I don't even know anything. I just gave AI and he gave me this. The hot seat session is going to be very difficult. It's going to ask you questions that if you do not know the task yourself, you are going to lose those marks, those points. And aside from those points, some people are not even bothered about the points. The questions usually come very hot. In fact, me as a coordinator, I sometimes even pity the intern, to be honest with you, because the questions they come very hot. That is why it is the hot seat session. So please know what you are doing. Use AI, do not abuse it. So thank you very much. I hope you take my words of advice because this is your chance now. Once I officially assume my coordinator responsibility and we meet in the hot seat, you are on your own, I am on my own. Yes, I will fire you and I expect you fire back. So please, this is your chance right now. And this is the only time we'll get to be this friendly. So please take my words of advice. So this brings us to the end of this onboarding. I hope you all have actually enjoyed the session. A recording to the session is going to be provided in the community. Thank you very much for making time to
Yeah.
actually come. Thank you very much, the supervisor, our invited guests, everybody that made time to come. You'll be meeting them continuously in the group, so don't worry about that. I don't know whether the supervisor the CEO has some last words to say before I
Yes.
round it up.
Yes, the coordinator. Wonderful. This is very wonderful. You can clearly see that the coordinator is very, very amazing, and he loves working with his interns. What we have worked on over there, it's actually something very, very powerful, something that help the interns and everybody. So I want to assure you that you are going to have enjoy working with the internship coordinator and to the mentors, supervisors, and anyone in DSHub. I want you to know that DSHub will create a path for you where you would actually make benefit with a lot of all the programs and offers that we usually offered in this internship program. So I want you to just understand that you have to. This is an opportunity for you that is very, very rare. It's very, very rare. You don't know when you're going to get this type of opportunity again. and we have shortlisted just 722 interns out of over 3,000 applications. So you need to understand that if you are part of the shortlisted applicants this year in this cohort, you might probably not be able to be shortlisted for the next cohorts. It depends, right? Or probably you might be shortlisted again. But I want you to know that when you get an opportunity like this, please take it very serious. Do not joke with it, because you only get an opportunity once. The moment you allow that opportunity to disappear, then it will be very difficult for you to get that same opportunity. And I think this internship program is actually a path towards brightening your future job career. DSHub is working with a lot of organizations. We have recommended a lot of previous interns who have graduated from the internship program. Some of the interns are already working with us here at DSHub. So you need to understand that at DSHub, we care about your growth. Your growth is part of what we do. That's why we are not just giving you the technicality. What we are giving you is to be in a position that you can excel in any organization, whether it's international organizations, local organizations, or any organization that is working in a competitive job market. And in order to break into that competitive job market, you have to really, really, really step out of your comfort zone. Let me tell you, if you did not step out of your comfort zone, it's very difficult for you to break into that competitive job market. So many things is moving so fast. AI is taking so many positions, so many roles. So you need to know how to use it responsibly, and you need to know how to use it. You need to be accountable. Accountability is very important, especially in this era of AI. Accountability is the next thing. If you cannot be able to defend, be accountable, be responsible, you can have all the knowledge you have in this world. You can be Elon Musk or Mark Zuckerberg. You can be your own version of Bill Gates, but no one will take you serious because you are not accountable. You are not responsible. So you need to take that very seriously, and we take this very important here at DSHub. So if you really, really focus on this internship program, if you really, really want to get to the finish line, you will be very, very happy at the end of this internship program. We run this internship for 9 weeks. This is supposed to be like a 6-month program, but we model it, structure it in a way that you can it can be more beneficial to you. We care about the structure, the mode of work, especially in we are giving you a real life working environment. And some of the projects you are going to touch at DSHub is DSHub projects. We are not just giving you some of the work you're going is DSHub projects. Probably some project at DSHub where we customize them, where interns can actually get on board. Last time, the last cohort work on some versions of our LiveGate software. You can see the internship coordinator mentioned about training some data, right? Building some AI model to train some data that actually improve medical notes. This is a feature embedded in LiveGate by DSHub. And this is why it's very, very important to be here at DSHub, because you are going to work with real-world solutions that make impact in the communities. If you are in the content team, you are going to meet our target users. You are going to follow our team to meet people, interview people, right? Understand the problem before you even get to work on the problem for the week. So this is not a place where you watch innovation happen. If you look at our slide, we said that this is not a place where you watch innovation happen. It's the place where you build it from ground zero, along with experts and mentors. So I want to wish you all the best. I can't wait to work with all of you, because I believe that all of you are here to accelerate and improve what you have already. And if you are new here, what I want to advise you is to work along with your team members, work along with your team leaders, ask questions, ask a lot of questions. If you did not ask questions, you are going to come on during the cold seat session, and we are going to ask you a lot of questions. We are going to test your discipline, challenge your thinking. So you should be prepared for this so that you expect what is coming. So please, I want you to really, really not, I don't want you to fall my hand. I want all of you to what succeed in this internship program so that you will not end up wasting your time. That's why you need to set goals right from now to the beginning of internship program. What do you set to achieve? If you think you have been left behind, you have so much to learn, this is the right time for you because the internship is going to kick off on the 23rd of March. You still have so many weeks to prepare because the moment this internship starts, the only break you are going to have is week 5. And week 5 is also another task, but it's not technical task. I think it's more of like publicity. You are going on LinkedIn to publicize you are going on LinkedIn to publicize the work you have worked on from week 1 to week 4. So please try as much as possible to really work hard so that you will not waste your time. We really want to see a lot of you get to the finish line, and you have to help us in achieving that. So you need to set goals right from the beginning, right from the start. You need to understand the structure of the DSHub internship. You need to understand the structure of task, the projects. You need to understand the time frame you are expected to deliver. You need to understand something we care much about here at DSHub. Time management is very, very important. If you don't know anything about time management, start now because it's the only tool that will help you in getting to the finish line because the work you are going to get is quite intensive. The workload is so much. I will not lie to you, but you need to know how to micromanage and also work with time because time is very, very valuable. Okay, time is very, very valuable. So I want to congratulate all of you, and I also want to wish you all the best. I can't wait to work with all of you. Thank you very much. If the internship coordinator have anything to say, I think you can take it over from here. But I think that's all from my end. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone. I can't wait to see you in a few weeks. Thank you.
Thank you very much, the CEO. Please let's appreciate him. Let's appreciate him. Let's get some reactions out there for the CEO. Let's appreciate him now. Maybe he might favor you when it comes to the hosting session. So please appreciate him. The CEO is known for his very strict scrutiny on people's work and and the hosting session. So it's better be in his favor right now so that he would you'd not be in the receiving end on that Saturday. So thank you very much, sir. Thank you for your insights, and I'm sure they will not disappoint you. I have high hopes for this cohort, so I'm sure they will not disappoint you. And based on what I've seen from most of them, they are very active. So yeah, I'm actually quite glad. So somebody actually asked, but not here privately, that since we're allowed to, very funny, since we're allowed to use AI, can you make an AI agent to, can you use agentic AI to actually undertake his task and all of that? I said, actually, that is permitted. Since you're using AI, you can use it in whatever form. But you see that cool seat, and you see that hot seat, and you see that assignment submission, you have to do it. And you have to discuss in the group. And that, after using that agentic AI, you have to explain how the task came to be, what you understand by it, how you affect your case study, and all of that. So that was my answer to that. But you guys know what you do. Most of you are already in AI inclined, or some of you are already AI inclined, so it's not going to be much of an issue. And yes, the few weeks you're having before the 23rd, you have to use it to communicate with your members. This is your chance to know yourselves. And while you're knowing yourself, start getting an idea who's going to be the team rep. Obviously, we are not going to choose for you. You are left to choose for yourself who is going to be the team rep. And you need to know who is this person. So that's why you need to communicate and get to know each other. And those people that are showing interest in being the team rep, please, you have to indicate in the group that, okay, you want to be the team rep. And before 23rd, obviously, we are going to have another orientation just for your track, not for the whole team, just for your track where you come. And we'll tell you, we'll introduce your mentors, your supervisor, and all of that. So just stay tuned and be very active in the group. actually start looking at people from now. After this onboarding, that's when I start looking at, okay, this person is very good in communication, this person is very good in professionalism, and without a doubt, in there, so we value professionalism. Actually, from before even this onboarding, some people the way they communicate is not bad, but this is a professional environment. We are assuming a professional environment. You understand? So you have to communicate as so. You understand? So even when talking to your own teammates, you have to communicate as so. And when talking to especially your coordinator, not even your supervisor, you have to communicate in a professional manner. Not when you're communicating, you are sending so many emojis and using so many slangs and all of that. It's very funny, but as after this internship, after this onboarding, please let's endeavor to communicate in a very professional manner, because we're also going to be grading you on that group discussion. We are going to be looking at, there are some criteria we are looking at. So please make sure that the way you communicate falls under that criteria. And you're very keep pay attention to time, please. Submit your task by 11:59. Before or on that time, submit your task. You'll not have any problem with this. So thank you very much all for taking time. I hope you enjoyed this session. As I said, the link to the recording is going to be sent to the group. Any further questions, please forward them to the group. And thank you once again. Can I get a reaction for myself? I really did well, please. Can I get a thumbs up? Can I get some emojis? Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That's very nice. Thank you very much. So thank you very much for taking time to come, and I hope to see you all in the group. I expect the best from you, and this is the end from here. Thank you.